I was reading an article in the Huffington Post. It said when men step up and back to support their woman's ambitions, it says behind many great women is a male partner willing to take the back seat. And it's all about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez out of New York, the freshman congresswoman who is pretty much the most talked about politician outside of the president. And, you know, they feature an article on her husband and how he's kind of taking a background role and how he doesn't step out into the limelight, and he's there to support and be by her side so that she can achieve her dreams and ambitions. Other high achieving female politicians have also credited their male husbands about stepping up to support their careers and taking a step back. Ruth Bader Ginsburg has wrote about that as well, and how her marriage to Martin, her husband, he's an attorney in his own right, took a step back to take care of the kids while she pursued her dreams. Senator Elizabeth Warren, also running for president, talks about her husband, Bruce Mann, all the time and his willingness to relocate to Texas early in their marriage, leaving a tenured position in Connecticut. And, you know, it's remarkable that some men are willing to step up and then step back to support their women. And I had to find out how common this was. So I had to call my girl Erika. She's the matchmaker extraordinaire with It's Just Lunch Midwest. Hey, Erika, what's going on, girlfriend?
Hello. Thank you for having me, and what a fun topic to talk about.
Girl, now you have It's Just Lunch Midwest, and a lot of folks don't know exactly how this matchmaking thing works with Just Lunch. Tell them about it.
So we set up low-pressure fun dates for our busy clients that we work with, and we do meet all of our clients face-to-face. We're really focused on getting two people in front of each other. I think that's what's missing these days, right? Everything is technology. Everyone's meeting through apps and other ways. So we're really focused on getting people to actually connect and talk to each other face-to-face to see if that chemistry is there.
And, you know, when you're doing this matchmaking, the thing that, you know, I want to know is how many men are looking for ambitious women. You know, I think about my mom and dad. My dad wanted a housemaker. Mm-hmm. You know, my mom would like run his bathwater, girl, clip his toenails and bring him his food. My dad still today will not make his own plate of food because my mother has spoiled him so much. He wanted somebody who's going to be at home. And, you know, here's my husband who's willing to switch shifts so that I can pursue my dreams of becoming a radio host.
Mm-hmm. And that's a really good point. I think that, you know, through generations, it's kind of how you were raised. I think the roles now are a little reversed. I mean, women right now, for women, we have more power than ever. So I think for men, well, the answer is yes, men love ambitious women, of course. But I do think that there are still some men and women who both like those traditional roles to be there. Mm-hmm. But now more than ever, we're going to see more and more women who are stepping up into more of the limelight here. And you do want a partner who's going to support. You want the right kind of partner to make sure that, you know, to give you the support you need to shine as bright as you can.
But what happens if both the man and the woman are ambitious? I mean, who's going to take the step back at that point?
And that's a good point, too, because when somebody, at least in their work life, you know, want to take a bigger leap or they have goals that they have set or they want to chase victories, whatever it may be, typically one partner does have to step back a little. And I think that's where the power couple kind of comes in. I think, you know, if you already are an ambitious woman, you're very successful, you want to have a partner who you can walk into a room with and feel good, you know, with who you're with. So I think that it can work, 100% it can. But I think one person does have to take a little step back to really support and give what they need. You know, all relationships are about compromise, and somebody needs to compromise a little bit.
Now, is that harder for a man to do? You know, I just think about a couple of friends of mine who are very successful, and sometimes they don't celebrate as much, or, you know, for lack of a better word, they dumb it down because they don't want to quote unquote offend their husbands, or they maybe get a little jealous and then cause a little bit of tension. And, you know, you kind of wonder, well, you know, if it was him, we'd be celebrating. We'd, you know, pop champagne and we, you know, toast and high five and have a little, you know, party to, you know, to congratulate him, but because it's a woman, we've got to, not make too many waves about it. Otherwise, people will think we're being too haughty.
Of course. And I think that has happened in the past. And I think that we just need to feel a little bit more empowered when we want to celebrate our victories. And I think that it can be hard for a man who maybe has only seen growing up and not really seen, women in his life be more successful or, really taking that lead. So I think we'll see more of it here and there in the future. Mm-hmm. But it does happen. I say celebrate it, though. You should be proud of yourself. I think when it comes to dating, focus on yourself first and get to where you need to be, because that's what's going to be attractive to that opposite person you're meeting.
Mm-hmm. And, I think about my husband and I, and, I've traveled all over for him and his career. And so, I went to him and said, honey, I really want to do this. I really want to pursue this. And he said, okay, well, what do you need me to do? And he completely shifted his schedule around. And he's the primary caretaker for the kids during the day so that I can work during the day. And, anytime I have anything going on, he's right there celebrating, and he doesn't want any of the limelight. He just wants to support me. And it just feels so good. I feel like I can really accomplish a lot of things because I know I have a solid foundation and a strong background at home kind of propping me up.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Well, good husband.
Oh, girl, yes. So how can women find, is there some telltale signs, when you're hooking folks up as a matchmaker that women can look for if they say, I really have somewhere I'm trying to go and I need a man who's going to support me?
I think that comes out in your personality so much. And I've heard from obviously a lot of my clients that dating can be hard out there these days, especially for women, because the women who are in these roles or who do have these goals, it's a little harder for them to find men who aren't intimidated by them. That's the phrase I get a lot. I feel like these men are intimidated by me. But trust me, they are out there. They definitely are out there. And I think, it's timing as well. Definitely call a matchmaker at It's Just Lunch. we have men who definitely want to meet successful women. And that's part of it. The men and women through It's Just Lunch, everyone's invested in this. So they know that person is going to be at a different level. They're going to be at the same level. But when you are out and about on your own, when you're looking at personality traits, be yourself on that first date. Really talk about your goals.
That's different than everything they tell us. We got to fake it, girl. We got to get the Crest toothpaste to make our teeth whiter. We got to do the contouring of the face. We got to put the girdle on. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Well, as a matchmaker, I'm telling you want to be yourself. It's my number one advice. Because you want to build a partnership with somebody, you have to start with the truth. We can't fake it at first. They'll find out eventually what's going on. Can't pretend like you're not goal driven, and then 6 months in, they're going to find out.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Now, folks are listening, and Erika, you have It's Just Lunch Midwest available. They want to find love. They're starting over. They don't know where to start. I've talked to a couple of girlfriends who, at this stage have been married several years. They've got the kids. It didn't work out. They're going through a divorce or have divorced recently, and they don't know how to get back off in that dating game, girl. Do you friend them? Do you post something on the social media? Do you Instagram them? Do you DM them? No, you just call It's Just Lunch Midwest, and Erika's going to hook you up. So what's the website?
It's justlunchminneapolis.com, or you can call 612-355-2727.
Okay, give me that number again because you broke up briefly.
Oh, 612-355-2727.
Or It's Just Lunch Minneapolis.
It's just lunchminneapolis.com.
Yeah, that's it.
So and we work with all kinds of clients. So if you are having a hard time even knowing where to start, just give us a call. Our matchmakers are there to help.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of Still Talking tonight. It was a pleasure meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great one.